Manifesting is not about believing in something 100% for it to happen. Manifesting is about experiencing what you wish to experience and connecting to that experience consistently. Hello everyone, this is Cici. Welcome back to my channel, where I share with you the things I've learned from my own journey and practical manifesting tips so that you could be a doer, start applying, and live your best life. Today, I want to talk about belief and the role it plays in manifesting and how I manifest everything without believing in something 100%. If you like my content, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Comment down below if you have any questions or suggestions. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. So, belief, I see this all the time. People trying very, very hard to get themselves to believe that something is going to happen, and then end up exhausted and without their manifestations. People being stressed out that they won't get what they want because they cannot get themselves to believe in something 100%. I want to reassure you that 100% belief is not a requirement for manifestations. It's not how manifesting works actually, and that's a good thing. Throughout my own journey, I have come to learn that the only belief that actually matters is the belief in my own creatorhood, and that also, that comes with experience. But not so much the specifics, in that you have to believe in the specific desires that you have 100% without a doubt. But that would be a whole other topic for another day, maybe. Now back to the topic of the day, belief. To explain this, I want to start with some reverse engineering here. I want you to think of something that you have and that you take for granted. For example, where you live. What is that like? What is your relationship to the fact that you live where you live? You will notice that when something is yours, to the point where you take it for granted, and to the point that it's just in the background of your life, you're not actually doing this heavy duty believing. You're not like, oh, I believe 100% without a doubt that this is where I live. It just doesn't, it's not a thought that comes to your mind. You just live it. And also, you're probably very relaxed about it. You're not gung-ho about it. You're not stressed out if you don't believe it 100%. You're not affirming 100 times an hour in order to believe. What you're doing instead, most of the time, you're just experiencing it without really thinking much about it. From time to time, you could be maybe grateful for it, but that's about it. What you're doing is that you're going about your life with this assumption in the background. For me, I don't know, what do I take for granted in my life? I have dark brown hair. It would feel just plain unnatural for me to affirm to myself I have dark brown hair and try to get myself to believe that I have dark brown hair. All I know is that I go about my life having brown hair, and this whole thing, most of the time, is just in the background, not the forefront of my mind. And that is what it's like to have something and to live that experience. And this is how assuming works. Now, I know some people are going to want to argue with me here. Well, but before you get your manifestation, there's a process and a time where you have to work on your belief. And once you get to a certain point and the thing shows up, and you could finally allow yourself to relax and stop working on it. No. I want you to see that that whole thing is a false premise, because as long as you come at it from the assumption that you need to somehow work for it, you are not living in the end. If you're using these techniques to get you 100% belief in order for something to manifest, you're coming at it from the state of, I don't have it now, and I have to work for it somehow, and that's just what you end up manifesting more of, the hard work. The right mindset to approach techniques and manifesting in general is that techniques are for you to experience what you want to experience. And techniques are ways for you to remind yourself of what is already available to you. Take affirmations as an example. It's not that repeating a statement 1,000 times would build up your belief in something and then that thing will come to pass for you. It's not how it works. It's that affirmations are reminders of who you already are and what you already have. You're not trying to build belief when you affirm. You're reminding yourself of what you already have. So back to belief, like I said, manifesting is not about believing in something 100% for it to happen. Manifesting is about experiencing what you wish to experience and connecting to that experience consistently. It's, experience is what life is ultimately all about. You want to connect to the experience that you want and enjoy doing that to the point where you automatically would just go there instead of all these other places, because it just feels a whole lot better than thinking about, what if it doesn't work out? Oh my god, I don't believe in it 100%. It would just feel better to experience, even if it's just in your imagination, what you want. When you want to manifest something, don't think of it as you need to believe in it 100% for it to happen. Think of it as you choosing to experience life in a certain way out of all the possibilities that are available to you. When I look back at the bigger manifestations in my life over the years, I almost never had 100% belief in something before that thing came to me. Did I believe in the possibility? Yeah, probably. But most of the time, for the bigger things especially, there would be doubts at one point or another. And those doubts didn't stop me from getting what I wanted. And, if we're being honest here, it's nearly impossible to be 100% certain before something actually happens. So let's just stop fooling ourselves. What was consistent throughout all my successful manifestations was this. Whenever the thought that, it might not happen comes up, my inner dialogue went something like this. Oh yeah, that's a possibility, I suppose. One that I don't like. I'll deal with it if that happens. But anyways, what if it does happen? Wouldn't that be nice? That feels so much better. And then I direct my attention to how it will feel to experience my manifestation instead. Not because what I want wouldn't come to pass otherwise, or I'm actively trying, but just because it feels good and feels like it's meant to be, to immerse myself in the experience I want. I would simply leave my doubts alone and let them be. And it's easy to do it when I have this other, better place to direct my attention to. I am not telling you to give up or accept defeat when I tell you to, stop stressing about believing in it 100% or to leave your doubts alone. I am offering you an easy way to pay the least amount of attention to things you do not want, and more attention to the experiences that you do want to call in. When doubts come up, the faster you could go, oh, whatever, that's fine, I'll deal with it if that happens. But anyways, back to what I wanted. And just move on. The more you will be able to do this, the more you'll be able to focus on what you want more. And I can tell you from my over a decade of experience that the absence of 100% belief in a certain outcome has never stopped me from manifesting what I wanted. So take it as reassurance that you do not need to exhaust yourself and force yourself to believe in anything artificially 100% to manifest it. Instead, focus on doing what you can to connect to the experience that you want and leave all these other possibilities alone. That's really all there is to it. Just pay attention to what you want. So that was what I had to say today on the topic of belief. I hope that the ideas that I've shared bring you some relief. Let me know if this video helped you in some way by liking this video and commenting down below. If you have made it to the end, I just want to say thank you. And until next time, happy manifesting.